Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
This is Lured Up, episode 16. I'm Ken.
I'm Miss.
I'm Phoenix. Wait, no, I'm Adam.
Marcus Phoenix.
And this is our Sweet 16.
This is our Sweet 16 episode. We are recording this on Sunday, January 28th, 2018. It's been a busy week. Just after we recorded last week, actually the day our last episode came out, Niantic dropped a bomb on us with 23 new Gen 3 Pokemon.
What?
Here you go. This was so weird for me because when this first came out, the first 3 days, I didn't see anything. I didn't see any Gen 3s. I think it wasn't until the third day that I even caught my first new wave Gen 3 Pokemon. How was it by you? Did you start seeing stuff right away? Because I didn't.
So I didn't see anything right away. When I got out of work that night, I found a Whismur. I was like, or Wishmer. I don't know. I call him Wishmer. I think it's Whismer. I don't know.
Whismer.
Whismer. But I found one of those and I was like, all right, I don't even care. I'm going. And I took a detour for it, but it was definitely worth it. I caught my first Gen 3 new wave.
Yay.
So, but you were seeing them right away, like on the radar, you were seeing silhouettes and stuff?
No, like at the end of the night, I just saw that one.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so rare for us down here. Like we just didn't see anything. And then it was like we started seeing one here, one there.
You did. I didn't see anything all week.
And then we went on, we had a good night of Pokemon hunting, which we'll talk about in a minute. But on today's episode, we're going to be talking about, of course, Gen 3, the new wave, what Pokemon to prepare for in Gen 4. I know I'm a little crazy, but it's going to be important to start preparing for Gen 4 with candies because as more Gen 3 Pokemon get released, it's making the pool of available Pokemon bigger. So these Pokemon that you're going to need candy for Gen 4, you're going to start seeing them less and less as the pool gets more diluted with more Pokemon. So you should be doing some preparation because you'll thank me when you get those Easy Dex entries when Gen 4 drops because you have enough candy to,
Psh, I ain't about that easy life. I'm gonna wait and just find one.
Dude, Adam has like 4,000 Stardust right now. That's how far down he is. I was like, dude, you live dangerously.
Dangerously cheesy.
OpenStreetMaps was also updated with December data, which was pretty cool. I've noticed a significant change in the aesthetic of the map. And we're also going to try to figure out what's going on with some Gen 3 regionals, and Adam actually has some feedback on that, which he just made me privy to. But Gen 3 is expanding. Now, this isn't all Gen 3, but we had 23 more Pokemon drop. They were calling this kind of the desert thing because, it was a lot of rock, ground, and also some dragon stuff thrown in there. But this was the official statement that came out on the 23rd. Now, this came out of nowhere, and what Niantic did was just put out a message on social media and then ultimately PokemonGoLive.com saying 23 additional Pokemon originally discovered in the Hoenn region in the Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire video games will begin appearing in Pokemon Go for the very first time, starting later today. So it was like this came out in the morning and then everyone was just watching the clock. Is it going to be 1 p.m. Pacific or is it going to be 11 a.m. Pacific? Like, when's it going to be? And I think it was around 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time here where people started reporting, seeing stuff. But
I assumed it would be at 4 p.m.
Right.
I was like, had my phone out. I was ready. And then nothing happened. I was like, oh, all right.
I think they're doing a really good job with how they're rolling out the Pokemon. It's keeping you engaged really, it's instead of putting them all out there at once. I mean, if they put them out at once, I might be close to a full Pokedex already.
Yeah.
But because they're rolling it out, it's like they're really stretching out the amount of time that you're going to be putting into it to catch the same amount of Pokemon. It's just brilliant the way they're rolling it out. And I didn't think that they were going to pull this off because when they first came out, okay, here's 55, here's 30. It's like, I'm not so sure about this, but
I think it tames the savage beast.
Yes.
Right. That's what I mean. Yeah,
exactly.
It keeps people from complaining. Like, if you only give them a little bit at a time, you give them enough to satisfy them for a little bit, and as soon as they get hungry again, you throw them a couple more bones.
Exactly.
And, I think it's brilliant.
The timing has been really cool because every time they announce a new wave, I'm pretty much just finishing up completing the previous wave or so, you know what I mean? So it's like the pacing has just been really cool, but some of the stuff you want to look out for in this new wave of Gen 3 is Whismur, like you were saying, because this is the new evolution fodder Pokemon because it has a 12 candy evolution to Loudred. Now remember, we saw Loudred in the loading screen for 2018, so that was the one they teased, and here you go. But, Whismur's a 3 evolution line, kind of, like Pidgey and Weedle and Caterpie and stuff. So, but I'd imagine I'm going to be doing a lot of Whismur to Loudred, evolutions in my time. But Nosepass, which is a fantastic Pokemon. It's bizarre.
It's so goofy looking.
I know. I really like it. I hatched one of these, so I'm really excited. And then the probably the biggest buzz or the biggest momentum seeker of people wanting to get out there and play is to catch Aron, who has been spotted as a shiny. So you can catch a shiny Aron in the wild. And then Aron, of course, evolves into Lairon and then Aggron, which is also a level 4 raid boss. So you can have a shiny Aggron, and Aggron is awesome. It's a great looking Pokemon, and it's going to be relevant in the meta, and we're going to talk about that later in the episode during the Battle Party segment, where we're going to be preparing for level 4 Aggron raids. But this was a really cool one, and I've seen a couple of them, in the wild, so I'd imagine that outside of raiding and doing this level 4 raid, you should be able to evolve to this, in a decent amount of time. It's not going to be like crazy rare like Porygon or anything like that was in Gen 1, like that holdout Pokemon.
I mean, I definitely, when I first saw Aron as a silhouette, I was like, oh man, there's a Trapinch on the radar.
Yes.
Because that's just what I don't know, that's just what I thought it looked like, and I didn't click it any further to get it zoomed in. I was just go in there. Turn my car around and I pick it up and it's an Aron. I was like, all right. And then I see the shiny and it's red eyes.
Oh, wait, what? Yours?
No.
Oh, you got me nervous, man. I thought you were the shiny magnet again.
No, I've been, anytime I've seen one.
Ken's face right now, if you could see it.
I was like, how?
No, I want one so bad though. The red eyes just look so cool.
Yeah, totally.
I don't even know if I'd evolve it right away. I mean, I want to.
I still haven't evolved my shiny Pikachu. I've been holding off.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I have my shiny Snorunt. I haven't evolved.
Well, you need to hold on to that for Frostlass. Yep. We're going to talk about that with the Gen 4 stuff because there's some interesting evolution mechanics that might have to come into play with a couple of the Gen 4 Pokemon. On this list, still, Numel and Camerupt. Camerupt is a really cool looking Pokemon. Torkoal, who we'll talk about later in the regional segment. Trapinch, which is also a 10K hatch. So I'd imagine that Trapinch is going to be significantly hard to find in the wild. Vibrava and Flygon. People have been waiting for Flygon for a long time.
Yeah,
Flygon's awesome. A big fan favorite. And, this will be another nice option for Dragon type with some cool typing because it's Ground Dragon. So, this will be a little bit of an option if you want to switch things up from Dragonite, which, we've been playing out since Gen 1.
Can't play out Dragonite.
You really can't.
Can't.
Can you imagine if shiny Dragonite, because of Community Day in February, if you can catch a shiny Dratini and end up with a pink Dragonite? Ooh, what?
I'd
it's
lose
not
my mind.
Pink. It's green with purple wings.
I thought it was pink.
No, dude, that's the Dratini.
The Dratini is pink, and then
the Dratini and the Dragonair are both pink.
And then when you go to Dragonite, it turns green with purple wings.
Heck yeah.
Like Elliot?
Like Elliot from...
Oh my god! I just broke everyone's ears, I'm sorry.
That's awesome. Alright, now I gotta pull up a picture, but... Another interesting Pokemon that we're going to be having in this new set is Lunatone and Solrock. Now, Adam, you caught a Solrock today.
I saw one today, and today only, and it was at roughly noontime. So probably when the sun is at its highest. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it was 1818. It's 69%. For those number crunchers out there, like myself. But it's got the best moveset, Confusion Solar Beam.
Niantic put out a statement that Solrock and Lunatone are going to be special. They have a relationship with each other, that you will be able to catch them in the wild, but never in the same region at the same time. So what this kind of tells us is this is going to be a rotating regional to maybe Zangoose and Seviper. So what it seems like right now is where Seviper is, right now we have Seviper, you can get Solrock. And everywhere that Zangoose is, you can get Lunatone. There's a bunch of data that's getting collected on Sylph Road and Pokemon Go Hub and stuff, trying to figure out what exactly is up with these two Pokemon. Is it a day-night thing? Is it a regional thing? Like, it's bizarre. So, I don't know, but I've seen people in my area, in my Facebook groups and stuff, posting pictures of Solroks like crazy. I haven't seen one. I want one. Especially if there's a rotation. I want to get, you got to get it before it rotates out, because then you're going to have to wait, till the following rotation.
True story.
Right? I wouldn't be able to imagine not getting the Zangoose. Like, I actually was fearing, because I didn't see any Sevipers, I was fearing that, like, I wouldn't catch one and they would just switch again, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be on a schedule or not. Cacnea and Cacturn, and Melissa loves Cacnea. She's so cute.
It is super cute.
Baltoy and Claydol. I have a Claydol. It is bizarre looking. It looks super cool on screen. Lileep and Cradily, and Lileep is like freaky scary.
I like Lileep.
And then Anorith and Armaldo. So a bunch of good Pokemon in this wave. And I think the ones that people are going to be most excited about are going to be Aggron, of course, and Flygon. So
I want a Torkoal.
Well, Torkoal we didn't talk about. So Torkoal right now is a regional exclusive. And I guess we could jump into Pokemon Go Hub's report about...
I want a Torkoal!
Yeah, dude, me too. I play Torkoal in a lot of the TCG decks that I have, like, online. So Torkoal, I'm just used to that Pokemon, so I want to use it. But apparently it's only available in the region surrounding India. So there's been kind of this, mixed bag of places that it's been reported. Thailand, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Oman, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Pakistan, Indonesia. So it's all it's all centered around India, but it's kind of spread out on the other side of the world. So I don't know if I'll ever have a Torkoal in my future from traveling. That one might have to go in the waiting on trade column. I don't know if I'll ever make it over to India. But
it's like Kangaskhan in Australia.
Let's go to Dubai.
It's pretty far away.
Hey, so Nick from Trainer Tips posted the other day that there was a blowout sale on New Zealand airline tickets, and they were selling round trip tickets to New Zealand for $335 out of Newark Airport in New Jersey.
Really?
And then I went back and checked it on the same link, back up to $1,500. So the ticket's normally $1,500 round trip. They had it on sale for $350. It was like, you would need 3 days off because you like go forward in time and then go back to the future and stuff, because you're traveling around the world in the wrong direction. You would need 3 days, but like $350 and you can get
Let's do it.
You can get
Relicanth.
You can get your regionals in. But
that would have been sweet.
Yeah, right. But
gotta watch them all. World tour.
Dude, starting today, we can go like to the next town over. We'll be like, yeah, we did it. So Adam, out of the new 23, who do you like the best? What have you caught? What have you seen? What are your favorites out of the new group?
Aaron itself is just adorable. Aggron aside, Aaron's adorable.
I agree.
Flygon, epic.
Yeah.
That was like one of the first Pokemon I played when I got into competitive TCG. Flygon EX from Delta Species.
Can't go wrong with dragons.
You can't go wrong with dragons. It's just, but Nosepass, I don't know. I got
so
something special with Nosepass. And then, in Gen 4 you had Probopass. But Nosepass is just hilarious looking to me. I don't know. I think Nosepass might be my favorite out of this whole new group. I love how they're doing this. I think they're doing a great job fanboying on it a little bit, but it's really cool how they did it. And they came out of nowhere too. And, of course, on the day that our previous podcast comes out, they dropped the bomb.
Oh, but that's good. It gives us content.
Let's look ahead to Gen 4. And now I'm not crazy here. I don't want you to think I'm crazy. And then Melissa's looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm
crazy.
Not. All right, I might be crazy. But these, you're going to want to, do you have 100 Magnemite candy right now?
I think I have 86.
You see what I'm saying? You need
and that's off the top of my head.
So just think if you accidentally do an evolution, like you're grinding evolution party or whatever, and you accidentally evolve a Magnemite. You know what I mean? That means that you just need that many more candies to get back up for Magnezone once you hit Gen 4. And it's like, yeah, Melissa has 106 Magnemite candy right now. So she could do it, but you're the outlier because you don't evolve anything.
Yeah, but see, good thing I don't evolve anything because now I got mad candies.
Well, that's why you're level like 16.
I am not level 16. I'm good. And I'm
Super
level
sweet
34.
miss, level 16.
All right, look, no. But these
Sweet
are some,
16.
Me.
There is some Pokemon you want to be ready for when Gen 4 hits. Now, let's say Gen 4 is 8 months away. You still, are you really going to see 20, 25, Magnemite in the wild by then? I don't know. So you have Magnezone, which I think is going to be a really cool Pokemon, Steel Electric type, that you want to look out for. Now, there's a bunch that have evolve off Gen 1 Pokemon that never had an evolution. So like Lickitung and Tangela, you have these Pokemon and you've never used their candy to evolve before, so you probably have a lot of their candy, so that's good. But some Pokemon to note are going to be Rhyperior, which evolves from Rhydon, and they're expecting it to be 100 candy to evolve that. So I know I definitely don't have Rhydon candy because I've powered up my Rhydons before in the past. Electabuzz and Magmar, which are both interesting because I would always have a lot of Electabuzz and Magmar candy until the babies came out. And then once the babies came out and I hatched a whole bunch of them, I would evolve those just in my evolution party. So I got to make sure I got to hold back some Electabuzz and Magmar candy. And now we have 2 more evolutions coming with Leafeon and Glaceon. So you're going to want to make sure that you have some Eevee candy in the bag so you can, get those Pokemon right away. Porygon 2. Oh, we did find a wild Porygon the other day.
We sure did.
Really?
That's super rare, dude.
Yes.
All right. Well, all right. After we run through these Pokemon here, I'll let Melissa talk about we went on a little Pokemon excursion to Keansburg, New Jersey, which is a known hotspot for wild Pokemon. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but we did find a wild Porygon that was cool. Porygon 2 evolves to Porygon Z. That's going to be a cool one. Togetic, if you have Togepi candy, hold on to them. Yanma, which didn't evolve, will have Yanmega. Murkrow, I know everyone has a billion candy of Murkrow. Same thing with Mischievous and Gligar. Sneasel, again, these are Pokemon that never evolved, that will evolve for the first time in Gen 4. Piloswine. Now, here's a couple interesting things here, and I want to talk about this. So, on Pokemon Go Hub, they have, Kirlia, who will ultimately evolve to Gallade. But, you can evolve a Kirlia, whether it's male or female right now, into Gardevoir. And in the classic games, a male Kirlia would evolve to Gallade, and a female would evolve to Gardevoir. So I don't know if they're going to switch this once Gen 4 comes out, where from that point forward, any, male Kirlia will evolve into a Gallade, because then you could have like a legacy female Gallade, at that point, or a male Gardevoir, legacy male Gardevoir. I don't know if they're going to change that, but Snorunt is the same way. Female Snorunt will evolve into Frostlass, where a male one would evolve to Glalie. I don't know if they're going to change any of those mechanics, once that comes out, but it's something to be aware of. If you have a good Kirlia that's a male, you may want to hold off from evolving that to Gardevoir for when Gen 4 comes out, and then you can have a sweet, Gallade right out of the gate, something like that. A lot of stuff to think about. I know it's early, but some of these Pokemon on here, it might be tough to bank candy on them, and you clearly don't want to waste your buddy on a Gen 1 Pokemon or something, to build candy up. You want to have something fresh there, so be aware of this. There's a great chart on PokemonGoHub.net. I will link to it in the description. But yes, let's talk about this night of hunting. We haven't been to Keansburg in like months.
Because it's freezing out.
And it's on the water. So it's super cold. But there's a sweet driving route for all of the passengers in the car to play. So we have like this mapped out like route that goes through the town, and then we snake through some residential side streets which have bonkers spawns for no reason. What did we find that night?
We had a really awesome night. So for me, it was really fun because I caught new Gen 3. I caught 9 different new Gen 3
from the new wave, right?
In my decks. Then we saw a wild Porygon. Then we saw a wild Charizard.
The wild Charizard was like 200 feet from the Porygon.
They were literally right around the corner. And then not even 10 minutes later, wild Hitmonlee.
And what's so awesome about this, and it's always been fun about this area, is when you're in the residential area, there's no Pokestops. So all you have is sightings, right? So you actually have to follow the whole, is it first, in first position, second position, third position, and we're weaving up and down the streets.
But we have it.
We tracked it down. We tracked it down.
We
it was
have
awesome.
this masterly plan because we stumbled upon this area because one of Josh's classmates lives over there. So we had dropped him off at a birthday party. We had time to kill.
It was great.
And we just wound up driving around, and we're like, lo and behold, Pokemon Gold Mine.
Why are the spawns this crazy? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But you know what? We were out late, which we normally don't play past 9 o'clock, and it was past 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we were in that area, which is normally has a lot of spawns to begin with. So I want to test that theory.
You've
again
always said
this
that, and I
Friday
think
night.
you're right that the spawns kind of. It just seems like more good stuff spawns at night. I don't know.
What else? I think we got.
But there's
something
been
else.
unknowns caught in that town a lot. But
That's something I need.
yeah, we all need unknowns. But it's awesome. It was awesome to get out there and get away from the raids for a little bit because again, we're kind of programmed to this raid culture where it's just like go from point A to point B and do a raid and move on and just rinse and repeat. And it was cool to kind of get out there and hunt a little bit.
Oh, we saw all 3 Gen 1 starters
In the wild, yep. Stuff was popping all over the place. It was awesome. It was
But
awesome.
it was nice to see all that stuff in one night.
Yeah, it sounds like a really good.
It was really, really
good
fun.
hunt.
I was thinking about you, dude.
Dude, you got to come drive 6 hours so you can grind with us for 2 hours and then drive 6 hours home. It makes perfect sense.
Yes, I have
That's
to.
a day trip. That's perfect. It's the definition of day trip.
You know, your company
Yeah.
does have locations up this way. Just saying, if you ever wanted to move,
You could train. You could be like, I got to do some recon work and do some training at another store.
Think about it.
You know, one of the things that we noticed that when we were out in Keensburg, kind of in the residential area, was the way the map looks now. So there was an update to OpenStreetMap as it pertains to Go. So we're seeing even more detail in the map now, especially with the houses. So it almost looks like a Monopoly board with all the little houses lined up. You know, like you could really see.
Do not pass go.
Yes.
Do not collect $200.
But you when you're in a residential area, you can really see the outline of the houses. I mean, the map is just starting to look much more fleshed out and better. And I haven't noticed anything in my area, but people are saying that changes that they made in OpenStreetMap in December, they're seeing reflected in the game now. So
Actually, I had noticed something on Saturday. We took the dog for a walk to the park that's right across the street from us that normally has no spawns whatsoever. And there was spawns in the middle of the park.
tell me, because I
playground.
mapped it out. I mapped out the park. On
the
there's
path.
a soccer field.
It was
and the
actually
path.
on the cement path walking towards.
Well, I mapped it all
playground.
out. I mapped out the path that goes all the way around the whole park, and then I squared off like the soccer field and labeled it a soccer field, and I labeled all the baseball fields and everything like that. So, you know, because I just looked physically at the map, and it's all green like it was, but I guess now the data from inside those sections is starting to. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I almost
and that's all,
lost it. I
and
was
that's
like, oh
all
my
like
God.
legit stuff. So, see, you can really affect the game if you go into OpenStreetMap and take the time. And I probably only took me 25 minutes, half an hour to kind of map out the whole park. And sweet,
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's
Yay,
awesome.
spawns!
I know. I was very
Let's go walk the
excited.
dog later.
Yeah, sure.
Adam, when was the last time you got out to like hunt?
Today,
Oh yes,
Nice.
tell me. Yes, that's great.
as I'm leaving my work meeting, there was a wild Hariyama spawn,
Nice.
and I haven't seen one. I didn't catch one yet, so I haven't evolved anything, so it's not in my deck. So I was like, I need it, gotta catch it. So I caught that, added it to the decks, awesome. And then as I'm walking out, I see a Routes. I'm like,
Nice.
okay, and it's not a half bad one. And then I go to the store to pick up some lunch. I saw a Bulbasaur, and so like, okay, cool. And it was high CP. It was like weather boosted 866.
Yo, I don't care what day it is or what we're doing. If I see a Gen 1 starter, I don't know why.
It makes you happy.
It makes me happy. Like when
makes you
Charmander
happy.
spawned the other night, it was like, oh, Charmander.
Yeah, exactly. Because you never see them. They just have a
Right?
special place in everybody's heart.
No,
I
because
feel.
we're old Gen 1ers, so
No,
yeah.
I still think that the originals have a special place in everybody's heart.
Yes. And then, so immediately after that, I looked at, I pull out the app, I look at it, and I'm like, all right, what's going on? And then I see the silhouette of Solrock, and I was like, oh, I'm going. I'm going. So I catch that. That was really good. On my way home, I hatch a nose pass, which was sweet.
Nice.
Okay.
I end up hitting a Mawile raid, a Kyogre raid. Back up. Friday, I was able, before work, to meet up with exactly 6 people, and we were able to take down a Kyogre. CP was awful, but, whatever. It was a Kyogre. I got it in the decks.
Nice.
But I was able to do my second one today, and my phone, I had the screen all the way lit up, so the power went from 23 to 3, and it's like right at the end of the battle. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh god, turn down my screen brightness or whatever. And everybody's like, go plug it in. I'm like, did we beat it? I can't even see the screen. They're like, yes, we beat it. Just go. Because I saw 23 out of the numbers, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it could be perfect. I was so excited. Get back in my car, plug it in, turn the brightness up. It's 2302.
That's awesome still. That's still good.
And you caught
so
it?
I was super stoked.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So you got 2. Now, I caught my second Kyogre today as well. And we did a little bit of raiding today. And it was raining in Jersey, so we fought 2 boosted Kyogres today. One had Blizzard and one had Hydro Pump, which just demolished us in the rain.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had 1 run and caught 1. So I'm 2 for 7 right now on Kyogre.
I had both mine run. And the last
No.
one, yeah. And my last one that we did last week ran on me as well. So at least I have one in my decks. That's all I care about.
And then Brother
it's a
Kyle
decent one.
came down and did his first Kyogre raid and caught it in his first raid. So.
Yeah. And he totally threw like 4 balls off to nowhere land. And I'm watching him do it out of the corner of my eye. And he did them so fast. It was like 1, 2, 3. And I'm starting to twitch now on the inside, like trying to concentrate on mine and watching him do that. And,
You're like, can I throw one?
Yes.
and,
You need help with
and
that?
I'm very upset because, I had an easier time catching the Kyogre before they did the change.
Before they moved it.
I throw more
doesn't make sense. It was
balls
harder
away. No, for me, I was good. For now,
Well, you were straight tossing it.
no.
The rest of us were curveballing
She
it.
was great. She was
Ew.
great. She was granny tossing it.
Don't front. Slap you. A mud slap you.
Oh, yes. Nice.
Protect.
But I actually, the one I caught today, I caught on a straight throw. So, I mean, the circle lock trick doesn't work anymore. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
So I don't know if this is going to be a permanent thing,
Oh.
but the circle lock trick does not work anymore.
It's kind of like cheating.
It's inconsistent. It's not like cheating. It's inconsistent though, because sometimes it seemed to keep the circle small, and sometimes it would just reset to the same position every time you would lift and tap. So I don't know, but
Good riddance.
the straight throw, with no throw bonus and hitting it off to the side, I caught one today. So whatever's clever.
Really? You caught it on a straight throw?
Yeah, heck yeah. And I could, yeah. And it's going to be interesting when Rayquaza comes out, because people don't have their gold dragon medal, dragon badge. The catch rate is going to be even lower than it's been for, all the other bosses, because everyone typically will have their water badge, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's going to be hard to catch Rayquaza, but I can't wait. I'm a Rayquaza
Well, to-
fan.
Dang. I don't think I have the dragon badge.
No, I don't have it either. That's the only one I need.
To close out my day, I hatched a Phoebus. That's really good. It was 122 CP.
Nice.
I did hatch another love disc. And then on the radar, after I went to the craft store, I see a wild Snorlax.
No way.
I was like,
you
are you
get it?
kidding me? I was like, listen, we need to stop for a second. Because the local, like
Priorities.
my local commons or the park area is an Electabuzz nest. I don't know. I feel like I have decent Kids and Electabuzz, so I'm like, I don't really need them. But then I see this Snorlax, and I'm like, what? I click it, and the CP it was weather boosted, but it was 2310.
Wow.
I'm like, what? I Golden Raz, Ultra Ball, great throw, pops out. Golden Raz, Ultra Ball, great throw, pops out.
No.
I'm like, no, this is ridiculous.
Don't
Come
run,
on.
don't run.
Right? And then so finally I get it.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome. Laxy.
Sometimes you gotta do what you
Yeah,
gotta
I would have
do.
golden razz it all day long.
That's awesome, though, man. I haven't seen a wild Snorlax
That's
in a bit.
awesome.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
neither
in
have I,
need
so
for
it's-
That
Snorlax
makes me
candy.
so happy for you.
I need some Snorlax
If
candy
you could
bad.
see my face, I have a smile.
I'm at
that
109
goes- going
Snorlax
from
candies.
ear to ear.
What?
Shut the front door.
It's because he doesn't have
109?
Stardust. It's because he doesn't have Stardust to cash in.
Yeah, but I don't
No,
have
it's because
Stardust, and I
I've
still
not
don't have
powered
that.
up any
How
of
do you have
mine.
that many
You need Community Day. You need Community Day with triple Stardust on
God.
catches.
Yeah, you have no idea. I've got 6 star piece dedicated for that, 6 lucky eggs.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna walk.
That's
I have
awesome.
the day off. I'm gonna get the day off. I already requested it. I'm gonna just walk 3 hours straight. I'm gonna hatch as many eggs as possible, spin as many stops as possible, catch as many Pokemon as possible. I'll have my Go Plus going. I'll be foot soldier catching everything I can.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna do it up.
Well, hopefully they release Shiny Dratini. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, you have no idea.
That would be so cool.
I want one so bad.
One more thing before we get into the battle party. You said, spinning stops and all that good stuff. So I did a massive restock the other day. I spun 220 stops it was an hour and a half. So I spun a ton of stops in an hour and a half.
It's ridiculous.
I did not get one revive. The revive bug is real. So I guess it's an issue where you can only get revives from gyms, and it's super rare. I received some max revives from gyms, but I didn't get any regular revives from any stops that I spun, and I spun 220 stops.
That
So
sucks.
now luckily,
Yeah, that's insane.
I had 150 revives in the bank, but Melissa,
I'm on Beach Street, bro.
you're in bad shape.
Yeah, I
because-
got none.
because we did a bunch of raids today, and now all her
All my
top
good-
fighters are knocked out.
Yeah, Kyogre was one-shotting me today, big time.
So I don't know if you've noticed that by you, but it's
I have
real
noticed
bad.
it. It's bad in the chats. Nobody can participate in raids because all their mons are dead.
It's so weak, man. They got to.
They're like,
that.
yeah, I don't have any revives, so I can't really be much of a help.
Yeah, it's and they've rebalanced the distribution of items in the stops, and in the game master file, GoHub has seen in their teardowns that what the actual drop rate percentages are to the 1,000th of a percent. It's super crazily detailed, but all that stuff has been rebalanced over and over again. And I don't know if this is just something that happened with the latest update, or they're trying some weird crazy thing where they're just trying to purge everyone's revives so they can, I don't know. It
No.
just seems really weird how that could be a bug. Like, how could that happen? Like, that's so weird. But it's really affecting a lot of people, and there's nothing they
It
can do
is.
about it. I mean, you could buy revives from the store. It's 180 coins for 6 max revives. It's like, where
Where are
in
you
the-
going with
who
6
in their
Pokemon?
right mind
It's like
is gonna
one,
pay that?
one
Like-
party.
it's,
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I've hoarded all of my max revives.
yeah, you got to.
I have 304 max revives,
What? Oh, you're set, dude. Nice.
and I have 62 revives at the moment.
Oh, you're good. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm not like fearing because I only go through about 6, 7 Pokemon maybe during a Kyogre raid. So
Are you dodging?
no,
How are you lasting, dude? I went through.
Yeah.
I wiped twice during the Hydro Pump Kyogre today. So I
did
actually
3 times today.
yes, yeah, no, dude, it was nasty. Well, because the waterfall, Hydro Pump, both
And I
with
didn't
stab,
have, and
both
I didn't
weather
have my
boosted.
the best party because my
Other Pokemon were knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's crazy. Like, they got to fix that. We gotta.
it was a sunny day for me, so my Executors and Solar Beams were super
Yeah,
effective.
yeah, nice.
And yeah, so I mean, I was super effective, and the Kyogre was just doing normal damage.
But let us know if you out there in the Twitterverse and the social media verse, if you're seeing this happen by you, tag us in a tweet or something. Let us know, because we gotta, this is something that could plague the game, and if this doesn't get fixed quickly, it could tear down the ability of communities to get out there and raid because people just can't play. So this is seriously game breaking. So we gotta, if this is rampant and all over the place, we gotta make sure our voices are heard on that. Just like Go Plus.
I swear to you, I was thinking the same thing.
All right, battle party section. Boop, boop, battle party. All right, now let's talk about Aggron. I haven't seen an Aggron raid yet. Have you seen any by you, Adam?
Nope.
Dude,
And even Absol raids are like extremely rare.
I haven't seen Absol raids either, and this raid isn't too far off from an Absol where they're saying that 3 to 4 trainers can do this. So if you have your types laid out properly, and what we're going to do here is we're going to build out a party for Aggron, you probably can do this with 3 people. And, they say that 3 players with level 30, this is what GoHub is saying, can do this. Now, I'm excited about that because if you're even higher level, I mean, I've got a bunch of good fighting Pokemon. This is something that I can do with just Melissa and Josh. So we could just do it together, and then all of a sudden we all have an Aggron. And Josh is super excited for Aggron because it's a Pokemon that he really likes. But, so, Aggron is a Steel Rock type. The movesets it could have are Iron Tail and Dragon Tail. You want to look out for Iron Tail because that's where it's going to have Stab. And then the charge moves are going to be Stone Edge, Heavy Slam, and Thunder. And again, with Stab, you're going to want to look out for Stone Edge. So Iron Tail, Stone Edge could be pretty nasty right out of the gate in any weather condition because it's at least going to get Stab. And then you have to look out for, weather conditions where you're going to have bonuses to those moves as well. But I would think that the Iron Tail, Stone Edge Aggron is the one you want to look out for. 100% CP on this during the catch sequence is going to be 17-16. With weather boost, it'll be 21-45, and that's going to be under snow or partly cloudy conditions. The best counters. This is the easiest thing. Just bring all your fighting Pokemon. Double weakness to fighting Pokemon, double weakness to ground Pokemon, and standard weakness to water type. So you're going to have Pokemon that are going to be good for this. Especially because a lot of these Pokemon could be coming from Gen 1, so you've probably had them for a while, you've got a lot of candy, you probably powered them up. Bring a whole bunch of Machamp. I would imagine that everyone's got at least one or two good Machamp if you're level 30 or higher. You're going to have one. And then ground types, bring your Groudons. Bring the Groudons out. And, there's other Pokemon that have fighting or ground type moves, but in my opinion, I'm bringing 3 Machamps and 3 Groudon all day long. That's what I'm bringing. Keep it nice and simple, and I think that this could be a very easy to beat level 4 raid boss where, a Snorlax or a Tyranitar, you're still going to need 5, 6, 7 people. Aggron, 3 people? Come on, let's do this.
Do it.
Let's do this.
Do it.
Do it.
But
do it.
Some of the other Pokemon you could use that Hariyama that you caught. Hariyama's actually going to last a little bit longer than Machamp, but put out a little bit less power, a little bit less DPS. And if you live in a region with Heracross, you could get a Heracross that has fighting moves. Breloom, Blaziken, Poliwrath can all get fighting moves. And then, water type Pokemon are going to have regular weakness to water. So if you are going to bring a water Pokemon, bring a Kyogre with Waterfall Hydro Pump. So if you want to, mix it up a little bit, you could bring a Machamp, you could bring a Hariyama, bring a Groudon, bring a Breloom, Blaziken, or a Poliwrath, and then throw a Kyogre in there. And there you have your diversity, but I'm going plain Jane on this one. 3 Machamp, 3 Groudon. I don't know. Adam, what do you think what would you see yourself bringing? Do you have 3 Machamp?
I have like 6. I mean, 4 out of the 6 are bad. I just keep them because they're raid bosses.
Yeah.
But I have 2 that I can definitely use. I know I have plenty of Makuhita to evolve into Hariyama that are really good, so I'm like excited that I get to finally evolve them and like power them up with my 4,000 Stardust that I have. I'm definitely going to use both those. I like Hariyama, and I would really enjoy using him and Machamp.
Yeah, that's a cool combo. His animation when you're fighting him is cool. Like I caught a wild Hariyama as well, so I was actually able to see it. And like when he attacks, just slaps you, does that like stamp and slap. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but
yeah, I have a name for that slap,
like a sumo
but it's
wrestler.
Not PG.
But if you've got counter dynamic punch, that's going to be the fighting combo of moves that you're going to want in your Machamp or your Hariyama or your Heracross, or whatever, but anything fighting is going to be strong here. And I'd imagine that the majority of raiders are going to have an Aggron in their decks probably before they even have a Lairon from evolving an Aron. An Aron. I always think of
Aron.
I always think of Key and Peele. Aron. I always think
One
of
of
that.
the best episodes.
There's going to be a lot of people with Aggron, which is cool. And then again, you know what? I'm not sure if a shiny Aggron has been seen as a raid boss, or if the shiny only comes in the Aron that you can evolve up.
I would assume you could do both. I mean, right?
Get it both ways.
Has anybody found a wild Gyarados that's shiny?
Interesting.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm
We'll
not
have
sure.
to search the webs for that.
Tweet us. Let us
Yeah,
know.
I think someone did catch a shiny Raichu. I think said there was a catch screen picture. I think I've seen of a shiny
I think
Raichu.
I remember that as well.
I think everyone's got Machamps. Bring your Machamps to the Aggron party.
And I'm sure everyone has a Makuhita.
Bakuyita!
So I mean, just evolve it and then use Hariyama.
And hopefully you got Groudon. Like Melissa did on the
I
last
mean,
day.
even if you have one,
Yeah.
even if
Oh,
you have
God.
one, throw it in there as the anchor.
Yeah, and then don't forget to kind of mess around with the weather combinations too, because the best weather condition that you're going to have is going to be cloudy. That's when the fighting Pokemon are going to get a boost. And then ultimately, when it's clear or sunny, your ground Pokemon are going to get the boost. So the best weather for countering is going to be clear weather. That's going to boost the ground, and cloudy weather. That's going to boost fighting. But you want to look out for snowy conditions, which is going to be relevant now, but will, the Pokemon will be in the Northeast at least during the potential for snow. But that'll boost it for steel, and then you're going to look out for partly cloudy, which is going to boost it for rock. So, things to think about. I really liked fighting 2 Kyogre today that were weather boosted, because if you get a good one, you're saving a ridiculous amount of candy and Stardust with powering it up, because you're saving 5 levels worth of resources.
Or he can just knock out 3 rounds of Pokemon and then not catch him and not have
But that's
any
additional
I'm
raid
just-
passes
I'm just
and-
saying.
Those cost
I'm
Pokecoins.
just
And
saying.
I know I'm the 1% when it comes to raid passes. I'm sitting on like 40 of them right now. So
I got mad raid
spoiled.
passes and now I can't use them.
I know they got it. The game is broken. The revive thing is breaking the game.
Hashtag fix revive.
Hashtag revive me.
Yes.
Hashtag revive me.
Yes.
Oh man, they got to do something. But that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. Wrap it
Wrap
up.
it up.
Adam, you got anything else?
No, I mean, all in all, it's been a good week.
It has.
It was a good week.
has. This was good. And whenever you can get the internet on board, and by the internet I mean Melissa, because she was like, "This is great with all the new Pokemon." She was like all excited.
actually
It was
had a
like
really good
she was like,
time.
"I love this. This is so much fun that they're doing." Yes, I was like, "Man, they've satisfied the internet. They got to be doing something right." They got to be doing something right. It was really funny.
not that bad.
She was smiling. You didn't have lasers coming out of your eyes. It was awesome. It was great.
Yeah, and with the eggs hatching all Gen 3 Pokemon, it just makes me want to get out and just walk and,
Oh yeah,
get that kilometer distance.
We didn't mention that. We do. They did say that as a bonus, all eggs were going to be Gen 3. Do you know when that expires? When that ends?
Nope.
And they have the super incubators in the store right now.
Good call. They brought super incubators back.
I've bought 3.
Yeah,
And I
I've
had
so
enough
far.
coins for one.
Well, you got to
But
get
I got
on
one.
Got to get on that gym meta.
I can't remember anything, so,
But that's pretty much going to wrap it up. Check out everything we're doing at GottaWatchEmAll.com. I think this may be in the next week or two. I think that we're going to break Lured Up off into its own feed. I'm going to work on that over the next week or so. I think I'm going to do that. So if we do that, I'll make sure that everyone's aware, and I'll be putting the links up that you guys can jump over to that feed and subscribe there as well. We would appreciate that very much. But leave us a review in iTunes. Shoot us an email, luredup@gmail.com, gottawatchemall.com. We're at GottaWatchEmAll on the Twitters. Check us out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotta watch them all.
Yeah, that's
Gotta
your
catch
show.
'em all.
Gotta catch them all. Pokemon.
Gotta keep training.
Bye, trainers. No, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see everyone next week.
Yeah, go find a Trapinch or a shiny Aron.
Hey, Ron.